When they gave Albert Hainsworth that $100 million contract, and he literally just like became like 400 pounds and didn't do shit
and
for
didn't
him.
do nothing. I remember that.
And then they did the same shit now with Collins, and then they did the same shit with another player. I fucking forget his name.
Albert Hainsworth?
There's a name for that ass. That's a name for that ass. Albert Hainsworth.
I shook my head as soon as you started talking because I knew you was going.
Yo, Washington, man, I don't know about that team, man.
They don't even have a quarterback.
You
give all that money to like a safety, and you don't have a quarterback.
Now see them
and shout out to Collins, man.
I respect it. And like I said, no doubt, get paid. Come on, bro.
They got Case Keenum.
He just signed a deal and he just got traded the next year. Come on.
Listen,
bro.
Hold on. We talked about this last episode.
Come on, man.
And I'll say it last episode. I'll say it again. Nobody gives a fuck about Case Keenum, man.
Thank you.
Hey, man.
Thank you.
You know, they also got DRC out of retirement. They got him. So they got him, Josh Norman, and now Collins in the back. I mean,
that's one of those. I think, like you said, we got to wait.
I just hope they didn't waste their money again, man, because they've been wasting money a lot lately.
That's what the Redskins do.
That's what they do.
Daniel Snyder. First of all, it's a fucking racist ass organization. How the fuck you got a damn team called the Redskins in 2019? What the fuck is that all about?
Yeah, they were supposed to Ben change their name.
Say, whatever happened to that?
It just Ben changed this shit.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Just real quick, I always thought about this. Could you imagine if like a team just like the Dallas Black Boys, and it's had like a fucking black dude as a mascot?
Yeah, that would definitely rub
or the Cincinnati niggas. Like that's basically what they doing. That's basically.
Kind of got a point there, though.
That shit is crazy to me. Anyways,
man, at least the Indians got their reservations, man. I don't give a damn.
That shit is so
funny.
How
I feel.
It's just funny.
Oh, they got their reservations.
Touché.
But yeah, it's safe to say the NFC East is pretty much a 2-team race between Dallas and Philly, because the Giants look like they're going to be rebuilding. Hopefully, they can get themselves a quarterback to groom under Eli.
Even then, they're not going to have no time. They're not having no time to develop a quarterback.
Yeah, I feel bad for Saquon. Saquon, man.
They're going to have 9 in the box.
Like, he literally had potential to be something. Now, bro, 9 in the box. Beat me. You can't throw the ball. Beat me. Like, you cannot do anything.
They might put 10 in the box, man.
He said 10?
They might just leave a receiver open.
Just leave him open. Like,
they might put 10. Fuck it.
Like I said, man. And that defense is not going to want to play with that offense. They start out 2 games good every season, and then the defense sees what that offense is about, and it's like the whole team just quit. Like, it's really walking motion. Like, it's terrible.
Max Kellerman's going in on him on first take.
That's terrible.
He's sick.
It's terrible. Honestly, man, if you were a New York Giants fan, man, you should definitely just... I give you the realms now to just pick a team now, because it's over. You literally got at least 5 to 6 years before you even see any type of improvement. Like, 5 to 6 years. You have no quarterback. And you trade away your best asset to help a quarterback. Like, seriously, the one guy who could take a slant 95 yards, you give him away for nothing. That's blasphemy, man. That's blasphemy. That was at least a balance with the running back to help Saquon. He has no help offensively. No help.
Yo, staying in New York, what do y'all think about the moves the Jets made?
Just made moves on both sides of the ball.
They were
quality moves.
Quality.
They gave
that's a great word.
Le'Veon 5 years, $52 million. They got the offensive guard from the Raiders. Oh, by the way, that was a big loss. My man Kelechi Osemele, former Baltimore Raven, former world champion. He got paid, or they got him in the trade, I should say. CJ Mosley, they paid my man, another former Baltimore Raven. What is this? 5 years, $85 million, 51 guaranteed. Highest paid linebacker in NFL history. Man, the Jets making some moves. It all comes down to Sam Darnold,
quarterback.
They gave him a receiver.
Second year, man.
They gave him 2 receivers. They got Bellamy and then also Jamison Crowder. Not really superstar receivers, so they still need to go find a true number 1.
Yeah, they got 2 number 2s. Right,
they got
there.
that
2 solid 2s.
Owaki, something like that. He nice.
He was good. He
nice.
good.
Let's see if he can develop
nice.
it, get
but
better.
they used him more in like the screen packages. He was more like a big inside threat. Like
just
he wasn't
quick options.
I mean, I don't see the outside like down the field threat yet.
Yeah, I've been hearing some debate real quick with the Le'Veon contract. People saying that he's like stupid for sitting out a year and then getting the contract that he got, because they're saying like Pittsburgh was reported that they offered him like 5 years, $70 million.
Yeah, and he got 4 for 52.
And he got 4 for 52 with the Jets. With like, what is it? 25 million guaranteed or 30 something million guaranteed.
With the
30, I think it's 35.
Yeah,
million
35 guaranteed with the Jets,
got,
and it was like 14 guaranteed with Pitt. It was
reported that it was 30 million guaranteed with Pittsburgh. I don't know. I got to go look at the logistics of it.
Yeah, and I don't.
But I just real quick, I disagree with people that saying that Le'Veon was stupid for not taking the deal with Pittsburgh originally and sitting out a year and missing out on $14 million. First of all, because the way that it was broke down was that Pittsburgh, offered him 5 years, $70 million with, some odd amount guaranteed. But it was literally like a year-to-year contract where maybe you're right, Jimmy. Maybe it was like 14 guaranteed.
I'm telling you, it was terrible.
But I just know, like, after, like, if he wasn't productive in one season, they could have just cut him and been, like, scotch-free.
And he wouldn't have got nothing.
Right.
Like, he had, like, honestly, and this is where the young players in the game mess up a lot at, that guaranteed money. Like, here's this, you blow out your knee your second year. You still have a check coming in. Think about it. He endured a lot of punishment because not only was he the best running back, he was the best. He was almost a slot receiver.
Yeah, he's a second best receiver on the
He
team.
was the second best receiver, so not to mention, you're taking double the punishment on the body. And you mean to tell me, you're going to slap me in my face to give me $14 million when I know I can go somewhere else? And, like, if he went to Arizona, man, he probably got like $40 million guaranteed. Like, just throw out some numbers. I feel like the guaranteed money, especially at the age where he's at, that's what's more important to a running back, especially in that position. You're getting hit every single play, whether you like it or not. Whether you're running the play or you're trying to pass block or you're coming out, somebody is hitting you. And there's not just little guys, little cornerbacks receiving. No, these are 300-pound linemen hitting you every play. You got, 265 pounds running 4 or 5 linebackers hitting you every play. After a while, your body cannot endure all that, man. Like I said, what's setting you up for what's after football? Like I said, man, no disrespect, man. If you look at the money side of it, he did a great thing. And like I said, that 1 year, look what happened to James Conner. Now, can you imagine that happening to Le'Veon Bell? Now he's starting out the season as a free agent with coming off an injury. They're gonna lowball him. Here, you take $6-7 million now. We don't need you because we got a young guy right behind you that we feel can do the same thing. Now you got 2 running backs lowball, and like I said, he's walking out the door with nothing. No, he gave this organization his whole entire career, man. Pay that man.
And on top of that, another thing with that as well, he didn't want to be in that situation no more.
Nah.
He didn't after, he kind of felt disrespected from Pittsburgh.
Come on, man.
He wanted to get out of that situation, so he moved on. So for his mental well-being, he went to a team that he feels is better. Now, they may not be a better franchise than the Pittsburgh Steelers, but, the man still got paid. He got his guaranteed money, and hopefully it works out for him in New York.
Sometimes in life, that's a lesson that, albeit, it's a different tax bracket that he's in versus, us people probably listening to this and that's making this broadcast. But
True.
Sometimes it's not always about the money. Sometimes it is about happiness. Sometimes it is about your environment. Sometimes it is about, being in a different market. Maybe him being in New York produces a better chance for endorsements and all this other stuff. We can't just look at it like it's a cut and dry thing. Maybe he wanted to be on a team where he was the number one unquestioned focal point of an offense.
Touche.
You don't
Touche.
really know. It's just people mistake the fact that happiness has to count, and a lot of people only think that it's only about the money that makes people happy, and maybe it's not. That the environment definitely counts. The people around you definitely counts. Maybe he didn't like the city of Pittsburgh as a whole by itself. He ain't got to like it. True.
Pittsburgh is kind of shitty. I'm just throwing that out there.
So that's just my little thing on it. Maybe people need to sit back and put more things into perspective other than 70 million versus 52 million. That's just my little take on that.
Yeah, very well said, Ed. Very well said.
That was the intellectual
If I had a round of
side.
applause button, I would press
Yeah, I
it.
mean, that was the
That was-
intellectual side of it.
He got all sympathetic.
You know what I mean? Put a suit and tie on for that one.
Maybe just, maybe he's just tired of it.
Happiness.
I was speaking from a place in my heart.
Very,
man.
very
I respect
tranquilic.
that.
Yeah, very tranquilic.
Yeah, I mean,
I felt that.
I respect that, though.
I need a shot.
Yeah.
Some other moves to touch on real quick. So we're kind of going all over the place here. There's really no structure to this. We just having barbershop talk, but fuck it. Trey Flowers got paid. He went to the Detroit Lions.
2 former Patriots went to the Detroit Lions.
What is up with Matt Patricia?
I mean, makes sense.
Danny Amendola went as well.
Yo, Matt Patricia.
So yeah, Trey Flowers got 5 years, $60+ million. Detroit.
I don't know what Danny
What y'all
did.
thinking?
I'm glad they gave the money to Trey Flowers instead of that whatever his name is, that African dude. He had a good
Ziggy
year
Ansah.
2 years ago, but he failed to produce this year. So that shows that sometimes in one hit wonder seasons, ain't as cracked up as they're it's meant to be. Perfect example, Vic Beasley. We ain't seen nothing good from him in 2 years. So it
Trash.
come on, man. That was a solid pickup though, man. Trey Flowers was highly coveted by quite a few teams, so
And
definitely a solid pickup. I ain't really got too much hate for that.
also picked up Jesse James, the tight end from the Steelers. I'm happy about that.
I was about to say, I just came across it. That was definitely going to be a big addition.
Jesse James is alright.
Yeah, he's solid. He's a solid tight end.
He's a reliable 4 for 44 guy. Like he ain't gonna wow you, but he'll move the sticks for you though.
He's a very good blocker.
And he's huge. He's like 6'7", 6'8". Like
he's a mean
huge.
red zone threat. I'm glad he's out of Pittsburgh. I ain't gonna lie. What other moves was made? Buffalo made some signings. Cole Beasley, John Brown. They
I
got
like that John Brown move.
to
to be a hometown thing, and
Yeah.
like I said, man, I'm not a Bills fan. I respect my hometown team. That John Brown move is dope.
John Brown.
move
He
was
played
dope.
for the Ravens last year, and before Flacco got hurt and Lamar took over, he was having a great season for us, man. He had before the injury to Joe Flacco, he had, which is like 6-7 games into the season, but he had 600 yards receiving, 40 catches or something like that, 5 touchdowns. So he was balling out. He was on his way to having over 1,000 yards and maybe 8-9 touchdowns. But I like that pickup for him. That it gives Josh Allen that deep threat that he didn't have.
But what?
Oh, no, he had one now that
Can we
could
just
fly.
ask this one question? What is up with this Frank Gore pick?
I don't know, man.
What is up with that pick?
Frank Gore just likes to play football, man.
But honestly, where does he fit into that? That's a 2-2 punch with him and Shady. That's no 1-2 punch.
Yeah, Shady-
That's just 2-2. That's
Shady's about washed.
At 30,
I mean,
at
he's
35
done,
years
man.
old, he had 156 touches and he averaged 4.6 yards a carry. You can't ask for too much out of a secondary back.
but here's
that's
that,
a
though.
wonderful. He's hurt for 1 or 2 games. All right, throw him in. All right,
I see it.
He'll get us 15 carries for 68 yards and a touchdown. Call it a day. Thank you for your help. Go back to your 8 to 10
He
carries.
could have went younger than that. Man.
I think
That's
also
Frank is my man. Come on, man.
I also think
with
the leader
with Tevin Coleman out there, it's a surprise for them not to try to make a move on that because he only got 2 years, $10 million. So I'm really surprised that he signed for that low.
I think Frank Gore brings that leadership to him as well. I think
that's what it is?
I think it's going to be great for a young quarterback.
Dang, you think he?
Yeah, because I don't
Shady back there.
No,
That's me.
Yo, we
No,
went to
it's
a
not
couple
me.
games.
I think
man.
Shady-
He wasn't in.
I think he'd be
Shady,
a good.
the leadership thing.
but that is.
I don't see Shady as a leader.
I got white.
I really don't see Shady as a leader.
We tanking the rest.
But I just think that I think he does good for Josh Allen. Honestly,
I don't think Shady's a leader. Shady wants.
I'm okay
out.
with the moves that they made.
Shady don't want to be in Buffalo.
The only thing I'm scared of is that they signed basically 2 people that excel at the inside, at the slot man. John Brown. He's a good X receiver, the fly route receiver.
Yeah.
But outside of that, he's primarily used as the inside slot guy. Same with Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley transitioned to outside, and it didn't really work for him. When he came back inside, when Amari Cooper came in, it worked out for him.
Absolutely.
So I'm kind of deterred by the fact that they signed 2 guys that excel on the inside. But maybe they're going to run 3 wide sets and swap them in and out left and right. Who knows? I mean, they got chances. I'm not sure who they're depending on at the 1. I'm really